Hello 2025. Here are some of the mega projects that are scheduled to happen over the next 12 months. Rocket 2024 was a massive year for construction in which we saw record-breaking skyscrapers, hollowed-out mountains, and even Arctic airports. But the next 12 months are shaping up to be no slouch either, and there are some huge milestones coming over the next year. These are the top 25 construction projects to keep your eyes on in 2025. Let's start quite literally at the top with the Burj Al Hadi in Dubai, which will be the tallest building completed this year. If you're a fan of sky-high luxury apartments and diamond-encrusted watches, this one is a bit of you. At 557 meters, it will not only be the tallest building to complete in 2025, but also the tallest residential building in the world. 2- and 3-bedroom apartments will be spread over the 104 floors, with the roof topped off with this enormous crown of glass panes shaped like diamonds. The Burj Al Hadi Jacob & Co. Residences is a collaboration between developer Al Hadi Properties and Jacob & Co. Jewelry. It's not clear whether any of these flats come with a free supercar or diamond watch, but if you have the cash for a penthouse in a jewelry-inspired skyscraper, you can probably afford to shell out for your own. Also in Dubai is the Burj Al Aziz. Currently under construction, when it completes in 2028, it will become the world's second tallest building at a whopping 725 meters. The Burj Al Aziz has a mix of features, including a hotel, shopping mall, and apartments, so it won't take the crown from the Burj Al Hadi as the tallest apartment building. But at just 105 meters shorter than the Burj Al Hadi, it's got other things to gloat about. Yet another building setting records in Dubai this year will be the Seal Tower. At 365 meters, this will be the world's tallest hotel. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's more than 200 meters shorter than the Burj Al Hadi. It's like they're not even trying. But one thing the Seal Tower does have is a 76-floor, 300-meter-high atrium complete with an infinity pool and jaw-dropping views of the Persian Gulf. And again, if you can't decide between a hotel room here or a flat here, you can probably afford both. Yes, I know we're on number 4 and we're still in Dubai, but 2025 could shed some light on one of the skyline's greatest mysteries. Back in 2021, the Ain Dubai was the latest megastructure to hit the Emirates skyline, but just 5 months later, the gigantic will ground to a halt. The official explanation was it had closed for improvement works and would reopen in a matter of months. But that never happened. Back in April last year, a representative told Arab News it may reopen in a few months, and the wheel has been spotted moving, albeit very slowly, a few times since. It's worth keeping in mind just how big the Ain Dubai is. It's nearly 100 meters taller than the second highest wheel in the world and almost twice as high as the London Eye. Dubai has a well-earned reputation for building big, but with the Ain Dubai, it may have finally bitten off more than it could chew. Either way, 2025 could be crunch time for this enormous megastructure. Ever since the line was unveiled in 2022, Saudi Arabia has been grabbing the world's attention with increasingly implausible megaprojects, many of which fall under the NEOM development. The biggest question everyone has had about these schemes is, will they ever be built? And if so, will they actually look anything like their renders? Last year, we started to get a few clues. It was reported some projects are being reconsidered following a drop in revenue from oil exports, and that an announcement would follow on what would be changed or axed. What has been confirmed is that the first milestone in construction of the line has been scaled back to a mere 2.4 kilometers, though that would still be a massive building. On to railways now, and a massive project to keep track of this year is Brightline West. The US has been struggling to build a high-speed rail network since the 1960s, when then-President Johnson declared his ambition to play catch-up with Japan's Shinkansen. California High-Speed Rail, the official bid to become the state's first high-speed train, has been derailed by spiraling costs and arguments over land acquisition. So, what makes Brightline West different?
We have very disparate regional economies. And so we have the Bay Area, which has a huge tech, Silicon Valley kind of focused economy. We have Los Angeles.
It's a privately owned project aiming to link Las Vegas with Southern California. It's doing that by building a 218-mile track mostly alongside the existing I-15 highway. Construction started last year, and it's due to complete in time for the 2028 LA Olympics. The US isn't the only country building new railways, but this project isn't being built to replace cars. It's being built to replace another railway. This 870-kilometer network will run from Estonia in the north to Poland in the south, and will plug a huge gap in Europe's high-speed rail service. It will also replace the older east-west-oriented network that reflected the region's historic connection with Russia and the Soviet Union. Rail Baltica will feature some incredible stations by heavyweights like Zaha Hadid, as well as more environmental features like eco-ducts, designed to allow wildlife to pass across the rail lines in peace. But we couldn't mention railways without talking about one of the biggest under construction right now, Britain's second high-speed railway, commonly known as HS2. In October 2024, after the Labour Party returned to power following the summer election, the then Transport Secretary Louise Hay announced the line will terminate inside London after the previous government hinted it may stop short at Old Oak Common. But a month later, Hay was ousted from her position. So now, who knows? Ultimately, no one really knows what to expect. But if all else fails, we do at least know that at some point after 2033, we will be able to take a very fast train from Birmingham to a small town on the outskirts of London. Or not. Watch this space, but I wouldn't hold your breath. One thing that definitely is completing this year, despite some very well-funded opposition, is the Gordie Howe Bridge. Nearly a quarter of the $664 billion of trade between the US and Canada goes back and forth between Detroit and Windsor. Every day, more than $300 million of goods are shipped across this very overcrowded bridge. In 2004, a plan was announced to build a new bridge downstream to ease congestion and boost trade. Sounds great, right? Well, not if you're Manuel Mourão, billionaire owner of said overcrowded bridge. He earned good money off the toll fees from the bridge and the duty-free shops on either side. So much so that from 2004 onwards, he waged a years-long campaign to prevent the Gordie Howe Bridge from being built. Ultimately, those attempts failed, and last year we shared these tantalizing pictures of the two sides of the bridge deck inching closer together. After 7 years of construction, the bridge is finally nearing completion. A well-placed infrastructure hub can make or break the fortunes of a region. Just as Changi Airport changed the fortunes of Singapore, Iraq is hoping to do the same with this, the Grand Fa Port. Along with a new 1,200-kilometer railway linking the port to Turkey, this is part of an ambitious plan to make the country a logistics superpower and the new gateway to Europe. But with infrastructure, it's never just a case of build it and they will come. For every Changi, there's also a Ciudad Real, Spain's $1 billion airport that closed 3 years after opening due to lack of customers. As well as this, there's also the obvious security concerns. With Phase 1 due to complete in 2025, this could be sink or swim for the whole project. Now, if you think we're done with Iraq, then think again, because this year we will also see the completion of a new building by one of the world's biggest architects. On our social media last year, we brought you pictures of the Central Bank of Iraq nearing completion by Zaha Hadid Architects. We see a lot of very impressive designs for buildings, and let's just say they don't always turn out looking how they're supposed to. But here's one that looks absolutely spot on. The tower is being built in Baghdad, where the late Zaha Hadid was born, so as well as standing as a symbol of Iraq's future, it's a monument to one of the key figures from its past. Also looking to the future this year is Japan, which is hosting the Osaka Expo 2025, an international showcase of technology and ideas for the future. The expo is being hosted on Umeshima Island in Osaka Bay, and at its center is the Ring, the largest wooden structure in the world, 700 meters in diameter. It uses 27,000 cubic meters of wood. Designed by architect So Fujimoto, it's a modern version of historical Japanese carpentry typically used to build temples. The ring includes a roof terrace to allow visitors a view of the whole site, as well as water performances scheduled to take place next to the island. Okay, so we're around the halfway point now. So let's get a little bit cultured. Let's head over to Abu Dhabi, which this year will see the grand opening of its very own Guggenheim Museum. Designed by Frank Gehry, it's characterized by a series of interconnected, organic blocks that evoke images of desert dunes and traditional Islamic architecture. If you're as inspired, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the world of the future world.